Say what you want, anything you need. Walk to the edge of the world for you, 'cause I'm all about you now. About you now. Now what you see, you've been calling me. Ain't nothing that you could do to make me walk away. I gave you love, tell you that you're a star, until you see that you are. No matter how hard it's raining, I'll make it come. I hope you feel me, even when I'm gone. Through the cold and wet weather.
He's a one-man band. He does it all, and now he's gonna show us.
Tap opportunity, gets it! Off a fantastic low pass. Uneasy shot. Boy, does he come
Life plans came in hungry tonight. I don't know what it is,
Keep on
but
holding you up. I'll do anything to break you for a day.
What's the name of that? Ridiculous shot!
I'll be there.
Big touch. That was one of the most calculated.
Keep on holding you up.
As we're creeping up on that 3-minute mark, Crouton double tap, what a shot! Ladies, gentlemen, Octanes, and Roadhogs, we are back, and it is Season 6. The QRLS is officially underway. Joining me tonight in the booth is one half of the greatest tag team in commentating history, K1 Killer. And K1, who better to kick things off tonight than you and me?
Well, I'll tell you one group, the Kings and the Gold Diggers. That's who we'll be seeing tonight, but it is good to be back in the booth with you, partner. It's been much too long, and before we can even really get into it, we're just now getting live, and we already got the hype train thanks to a lot of love from Alec Big, Sir Bro Dude. The chat's just going crazy. A lively Season 6, one for the history books already, Buckets.
Yeah, no question about it. You know, this is honestly one of the more anticipated seasons that we've had. Obviously, a whole ton of changes have come to the QRLS coming into Season 6, one of which, as you can see on your screen, is 4-man rosters. And K1, Week 1 would not be Week 1 without a little bit of spice. And as you can see, the Kings have a sub in this week.
Yeah, Joe Papa taking over for Lynx, coming in. The Lynx picked up by the Kings late in the draft, the Season 6 draft, unable to make it tonight. Zovri unable to make it tonight as well. So we already see a Week 1 sub, which is very exciting to see, especially considering how lengthy of a long offseason we had and how much action was taking place in the offseason. To get a brand new look, there's not a lot of known. We've seen Joe Papa in the past, but how he's going to work with this team, nobody really knows. So it's going to be a bit of a question mark, a wild card starting to kick off.
No doubt about it. And, you know, K1, obviously the QRLS has been, this honestly might have been one of the longest, if not the longest offseason we had. And with the amount of players incoming to the league, you know, the tension and the anticipation and the suspense to this season has really just built up. And, you know, do you think we're going to see a lot of nerves tonight? I mean, Gold Diggers are practically a brand new team.
Yeah, Gold Diggers, great questions there. Gold Diggers are really a team to look out for. They were ranked, and actually it's pretty interesting you bring that up because we do have the power ratings that were given, the way too early Season 6 power rankings done after the draft, and we found the Kings placed at the number 6 spot, and just behind them at the number 7 spot out of 12 teams was the Gold Diggers. So both these teams early on were predicted to be middle of the road, but we got some inside scoops on what was taking place in the offseason, and a lot of people, a lot of word around the league states the Gold Diggers are a team to look out for, and they are grossly underrated. And we'll see it tonight whether or not they are. They have a lot to prove. And Von Rabbit played a spectacular season last season as a rookie, now taking on the reins as captain, picking up Chunky Puff, fun name to say, by the way, who is a arguable rookie of the season candidate And Robbie Riddle, who's bounced around the league like a beach ball at a Jimmy Buffett concert, has a chip on his shoulder coming into this as well. Once was a king himself, now playing against his alma mater, a team that originally dropped him, I believe, last season. So the Gold Diggers are going to be a chippy bunch coming into this. So I'm very excited to see them play.
Yeah, and honestly, this is an epic division matchup. So we last season saw the first ever season of the QRLS with 3 divisions. How do you think this sort of new rivalry is going to play out? Last season, the epic division was pretty even across the board, but now it seems like the 4 teams in the epic division are going to be quite the powerhouses. Do you think the early start is going to help in the late stretch of the gruesome 10-week season?
Yeah, great. Yeah, no, it's always good to start off, but fortunately, if there's games to lose, it's early on in the season where you have time to lick your wounds, come back, and readjust, watch some film, and find the team, get your footing underneath you. So if there's a time to make mistakes and mess up, it's early on in the season. And for these guys, though, being interdivisional, these guys both middle of the road in their division. The Spectres and Speed Demons both looked very good and both rated pretty highly as well. Speed Demons ranking at a number 5 in the power rank, the way too early power rankings, and the Spectres listed up at the top 3 team. Both of these guys are going to be in their division as well. So it's going to be a strenuous season, very competitive, very even all the way around in this Epic division. So again, these games are incredibly important because they can help you later on down the road, but they aren't the most vital. These are the ones where you want to make sure you're taking note of everything your team is doing, what's working, but more importantly, even what's not working, and constantly work to improve over the 10 weeks. We've seen teams start out really hot and not even make the playoffs. We've seen that 2 seasons ago with Vibe Clan. You can start off really hot, but that does not guarantee you a playoff spot. It's how you play once you get past that week 6, week 7 area.
Yeah, beautiful point. And the length of this season, a lot of times you underestimate how long it is until you get into that week 6, 7 area, like you mentioned. And anything can happen at the flip of a switch. You and I have both lived monumental wins and defeats around those weeks of the season, and especially when you're racing for playoffs. And now, since more teams make the playoffs, there's even more threats to kind of be underdogs there in the lower seedings.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're going to see this all season long with a lot of rookies, too. There's going to be a lot of teams that are just going to be slept on, and a lot of players that I think are going to be slept on, that at any given time can up and take one of these higher rated teams, take a series from them. And it'll be interesting. We haven't seen a lot of sweeps take place, but I have a sinking feeling this season we might see a lot of sweeps. We're going to see a lot of teams pull ahead, and it's going to be because of those wild card rookies. There's just so many of them now, Bucket.
Yeah, no question about it. We are coming off of a season where we had the most rookies in QRLS history. And ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we want to give a big shout out to all of you who are subscribing, including K1, who just subscribed live time.
While I was talking, that's called professionalism there. For the brand.
This is why you are the best to ever do it, K1. And with that, we've got a little competition going, and the hype train continues.
We haven't even seen kickoff yet, and the subs, the support, it's humbling, to say the least. We love the support, guys. Oh my goodness.
No question about it. Now, K1, we're approaching kickoff a lot sooner than later. T-minus 6 minutes to go. I need your full professional opinion here. Who takes the cake? First match of Season 6. Who comes out in this 3-game series?
Well, I wanted to take, so we were actually able to get some inside scoops on the offseason on a lot of these teams. I want to take a little bit of time. We had an inside guy working, pulling some threads, and digging deep to get some information here. So we got the inside scoop on some of these teams from the offseason. Got an interview there with talking about the Gold Diggers here. They had an opportunity to scrim the Bleacher Boys and the Spectres as well as some other teams. They seem to have been about even with the Bleacher Boys. Now, mind you, the Bleacher Boys were rated to be number 1 overall in the power rankings, and they're about even with the Gold Diggers are even with the Bleacher Boys in the offseason, and even beat the Spectres, who are considered to be a number 3 spot. Um, Quoted with sat down with Captain Von Rabbit, got him on the record saying, talking about the Spectres, they're stating that the Spectres are actually a bit easier than he thought they were going to be. So, a little chippy coming from the captain here, but he believes that him and his team will be fighting for the number 1 spot in their division. Meanwhile, though, a very opposite side from the Kings, who actually they decided a different strategy, where the Gold Diggers were very active in the offseason. The Kings seem to be kind of quiet. Um, and they claim that their division is going to be a tough fight, but one that they definitely feel that they're up for the challenge for. So you have one team who's been very active, and a lot is known about them. Now that we got to see them play a decent bit, Kings not so much, a bit more of a wild card. So let's crunch that into the numbers and what we think here. Honestly, and I think I said it to you before, uh, with the sub for the Kings, and I don't know if they got the same kind of practice time that the Gold Diggers have, and I've seen the Gold Diggers in the offseason. I'm seeing this week 1, game 1 sweep for the Gold Diggers. I think it's going to be a
Wow.
big statement game for them.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, and there is a prediction up on the board for a limited time. Give us your opinions in the chat, and K1, this is just incredible. Hype train level 5. I think we're up to level 7 now, thanks to Toaster.
Oh my god. Season 6, level 7, Toaster coming in big time. We wasn't even sure if he was going to make the stream, but he's here, and we love it. Wow.
What an insane show of gratitude that we are going to give to the captain of Vibe Clan. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes to go. You heard it here. K1 believes we have a sweep on the horizon. Give us your opinions in the chat and in the predictions, as those channel points are going to be worth a lot. Now that we have rewards, go check them out on the Twitch page for all sorts of fun things like discounts, coaching sessions, and much more. And speaking of which, K1, the merch store has been updated with all sorts of spicy stuff, including women's hoodies and shirts now.
Absolutely, yeah. No, the one thing that's well known about Rocket League players, especially of these calibers, there's a lot of girlfriends, a lot of wives that are out there that want to support their boyfriends, support their husbands that are playing in the league, and it's so, they can do that. Go check out the merch store, because everybody knows, Rocket League players have the most riz.
No doubt about it, especially if you are playing Rocket League in the QRLS. K1, reminiscing a little bit here. We started with 12 people, 6 teams. We're now at 12 teams with a Discord server in the hundreds. What does this mean to you being a part of this, not only as a commentator and a player, but as a pillar of this community?
A pillar, you humble me. The whole thing is humbling, honestly, and I don't want to get too gushy here because I know we got a really intense match getting ready to start, but no, it feels great. It's fantastic to have all these guys around and everybody that shares a common interest. This is a great hobby that's led into so much more. It's made a lot of friends, and I'll go as far to say family. And it's great to be here, be able to bring these games to you guys, and just bask in the support and the love, and give back. It's fantastic.
Can't wait to see how things go here. We are less than a minute away, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting for players to get into the tunnel here at Champions Field. We are running Champions Field night here, as it is so fitting, as we always run our matches here at the wee hours of the night in the QRLS. And K1, we have a bunch of spicy matches coming up later in the week, including one on Wednesday and a triple header on Thursday.
Everybody loves their triple headers. It's just back to back to back, nonstop Rocket League, and that's exactly what we'll be bringing to you there on Thursday. It's going to be hype for, anytime you get to watch Rocket League at this caliber for that long, it's always just a good time. So if you have any plans for Thursday, cancel them. If you don't, well, come by, join us, check us out. It's going to be a fun triple header indeed, and that will actually be the triple header to, I believe, no, because after that we have a game on Friday as well, don't we?
Absolutely.
And wow, we just broke our all-time record. We haven't even started the stream yet. We haven't even gotten into the first game of the first week of Season 6. We just broke our record with a big subscription from Saggy Titchener as well. So thank you guys again. I think this is just showing how incredible this next season is going to be.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And ladies and gentlemen, we do appreciate all the loving comments and the subscriptions and all sorts of stuff along those lines. K1, players are hitting the lobby. Looks like we are almost ready to go here.
Absolutely. I might want to join myself just so I can check it out.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if you could just commentate this whole thing without watching it.
Well, I've seen these guys play a lot. I think I know what to expect. But no, we're here. I was just trying to avoid getting back into the booth, but I gotta tell you, it's been a while since we've been in the booth, and we're here. We're comfortable. We're squeezed in, and we're ready to switch over and see this game played live.
No doubt about it, ladies and gentlemen. We are here and we are live. QRLS Season 6 is underway as we are getting going here off the wall. Rook My Rooster up in the air off the back wall now as the Kings with the offensive pressure here, K1.
Yeah, Kings high flying right now. Wow, big demos in the back to the first demo of Season 6 and a shot on net. Wreck My Rooster able to block. Robbie trying to put one on. And we are fully into this one. 30 seconds in now. No goals yet scored, but a lot of offense on either side already.
No doubt about it. And K1, we are going crazy here with the pressure and back and forth action. And I love this new overlay, mind you. Look you can see the boost. You can see all the stats. Look at how gorgeous this thing is, K1.
You're exactly right. It is so pretty to watch. We almost had the first goal, another one. A lot of pressure coming from the Gold Diggers. We saw this all in the offseason. We're seeing it again here, but we haven't got to see the Kings play yet. And they're bending but not breaking at all on defense. Good defensive rotations, keeping them in the game. But they definitely need to find a way to break out, get on the offense, and try to get ahead of this one.
We are over a minute in. Beautiful demo! We gotta see the hashtag demos in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. First one of the season.
I think that was the third one of the season, Bucky. You missed two more. It's been a pretty physical out there.
This is
a shot on net just off the crossbar. Robbie now having to dribble back to his own end. Can't get the clear. Blubbernut. First goal, Season 6, coming from one of the all-time goal scorers himself off an unfortunate own goal here from Robbie. Hate to see that one go in.
Yeah, you could see him try to cut that thing out of there, but unfortunately, that thing trails right in as the Kings take a 1-goal lead. And we see now a potential, another one go in. What a save! And real quick, shout out to Mimsy, who has gifted us another 5 subs. K1, this is humbling.
Indeed. There's just so much happening on my screen right now. I'm surprised my computer's sticking on with it. There's a big shot coming from the rookie Papa Chunky Puff, but an incredible save, athletic save for Wreck My Rooster. Prevents that one from going in. Kings, though, in a bit of trouble. Wreck My Rooster, again, a big defensive clear. This guy is going to be the cornerstone for this Kings all season long, and he's showing why right here. And Papa Chunky Puff, absolutely one to watch out for. Was able to sit down with a lot of people, talk about him in the offseason, and every single one pretty much had a very similar story to say. Rookie of the season right there.
Yeah, he's the only rookie in this matchup, K1, and it is very much showing that he is ready for QRLS level play as he's taken on, a good veteran team so far.
Yeah, and a close one from Robbie, trying to make up for that earlier mistake. Couldn't quite get it, though. But I gotta say, the overall, even though the Kings have the lead in this one, if you're to look at the possessions overall, it'll be interesting to see how the possession goes down. Still 2 minutes left in this one, but the Gold Diggers have been very much pressuring here, and it finally pays off as the captain, Von Rabbit, able to put that one in. Interesting to see now, both opening goals in this first game of the season scored by team captains.
Yeah, and honestly, how much more fitting could it be? The two captains kicking things off for their teams here, especially in an interdivision matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with the QRLS formula, this is a 3-game series regardless of the series score, which means one team could potentially win 3 straight games tonight, which, as you can imagine, goes a long way in the standings. K1, you and I have both been on the plus side and the minus side of some of these sweeps.
Oh, no doubt. It feels great to sweep and just one of the worst feelings to get swept, especially when you play real well and the other team just has your number. You'll have that sometimes, partner, but what's important is to come back next week and get back on the horse.
We see now some more pressure. Minute 30 to go here in this first game of the 3-game matchup. The Kings struck first, but Von Rabbit with the dagger to tie things up for his Gold Diggers as we approach a minute to go. K1, any sort of advantage here for either side?
Right now, I would say the Gold Diggers had definitely a big advantage for a decent bit there, but right now it looks like there's a lot of play right in the midfield, a lot of 50s going back and forth, and what's going to be important now is to time your 50s, control your boost, because that's what's going to be a big difference maker. Whoever has the advantage on 50s in games like this oftentimes ends up pulling away with it. Oh my, wreck my rooster! And I believe that was off of 50, as I just mentioned. Didn't have a lot of boost to work with it. No, not a 50, you just faster to the ball, it looks like. From one side of the field to the other, gives his team the lead with 52 seconds left on the clock. Great play right there.
Great speed, like you mentioned, K1. That was incredible timing by Rooster, as now the Gold Diggers are back against the wall. Rear wheels against the turf, if we should say, as they need to score here quickly in order to potentially force some overtime.
Yeah, 40 seconds is a lot of time. And Papa Chunky Puff pops the cherry here, able to get his first ever QRLS goal over Joe Papa, just past Wreck My Rooster, tying up the game in big fashion under the lights. Wow, that's one to remember.
That's a great call, K1. First goal, great job by the rookie. Von Rabbit had high hopes for this pick. Beautiful demo on the wall. Robbie up in the air, keeping the pressure on. Joe Papa's the last back. Robbie keeping the pressure going, but Rooster gets the clear. Back and forth action here. Still on the defensive end of the Kings. Can the Gold Diggers possibly avoid overtime with a goal here, K1?
Yeah, and the Kings defense right now, even though they seem to have their backs against the wall, very solid. I wanted to mark Joe Papa's patience early with Robbie. He was last back. Robbie had a shot on net, but Joe Papa stayed very confident on that front post and able to stay, wait for the touch, collect, and get a big clear that the Kings ended up needing, forcing the overtime.
No doubt about it, and we are in overtime. That means the clock is going the other way, ladies and gentlemen, and the first goal to score in this overtime period will win it for that respective team. Robbie puts one on, blubber off the post. No, Von Rabbit couldn't get there.
The moment was too big. That was an insane opportunity, one I know he wants back, and when a game like this, as close as this, every opportunity has to be capitalized.
No doubt about it, and we are 30 seconds in, and the pressure is on for both teams. How crucial is it to get not only that first win of the season, K1, but the first win of the entire season in the league on stream?
Oh, it's huge. It sets the precedent. Every other team right now is watching. Every other captain right now is watching. Fans are watching, trying to determine who their new favorite team is going to be this season, or who their favorite team is going to be. And you want to be able to be that team to win it all right off the bat. And both of these teams are dying for it. Absolutely. Right now, the Kings pressed up against the wall, but they seem to be so comfortable defensively with a lot of trust in each other. Again, I'd mentioned they didn't seem to have a lot of practice, or at least a lot of thought on practice in the offseason, but it turns they have indeed. Even with the sub, they're looking spectacular right now.
What a pass from Papa, and it's all over!
Blubbernut scores first and last in this first game. A pass upfield to Blubbernut. Blubbernut rotating back, sees the opportunity, flicks it over, pops it. This is why he's one of the best to do it. What a shot, what a game. Well played, the Kings.
K1, break down that entire game for us, especially that last section of overtime. What a pass by Joe Papa.
Yeah, where this came down to at the end of the day, I think the Gold Diggers, if you're looking at the ball possession, Gold Diggers had a slight advantage on the ball possession and a big advantage on boost consumption. and field dominance all the way around. But what the Kings had is they had a lot of trust in each other. I only saw a few double commits. They won their 50s. They were patient, and when the opportunity arose, they struck, and they did it well. They had 3 shots in total, and they're able to put 3 goals in on 3 shots, as opposed to the Gold Diggers. You look at that, 9, 10, 11 shots from the Gold Diggers, only able to get the 2 goals from that, though. Kings, the very definition of conserve and execute. That is what they did very, very well there. They played excellently as a team, and you can't ask for a better game 1 of the new season.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, this is honestly an insane opening night. What a great way to kick things off. We are just about ready to get players going here in game number 2, K1. Let's see if the momentum can continue here for the Kings.
No doubt. Yeah, I think the Gold Diggers, they need to just go in and execute a bit better. They were doing fantastic and controlled the ball. They need to continue that. They just need to make sure they're capitalizing on the opportunities that arise.
And we are underway here as the Kings have a 1-game lead in the series of this 3-game series, and now they are on the offensive. Papa Chunky Puff in his defensive zone gets the bump on Butternut, but almost a catastrophic one as one of his teammates there, I think it was Robbie, had to come in for a crazy save.
Yeah, big save indeed there, and a great shot from Wreck My Rooster. And it looks like Gold Diggers, we've seen them be physical in the past. Last season, as a little kiss over. Can't quite get the shot in, though. Accidentally saved it, it seemed. Very disheartening shot indeed. That one, I know he wants back.
Yeah, if he didn't touch it, K1, I think it might have gone in, but nonetheless, we still have a tie game here as Wreck My Rooster. Wish he had the rewind button on that one.
No doubt. Rewind button. I don't know if we have that one set up in the overlay, but I'm sure we could figure that one out.
I mean, at this point, this thing has heated seats, K1. This overlay is amazing, and Wreck My Rooster makes up for it in the air.
Speaking of heated, what a shot. Wreck My Rooster up quick as you like. Kissing that one off the corner, putting it right into the net. Breaking the ice there in this one. Giving his team the lead, 1-0, 3:58 on the clock.
And honestly, K1, you expected a sweep here by the Gold Diggers, so not only is that thwarted, but the Kings now have the potential to win this game as long as they hold this lead. Did you expect this kind of pressure out of your former Kings?
I genuinely did not. I'm very pleased to see this. Was not sure what kind of Kings to expect this season. They were a bit quiet last season as Von Rabbit, the captain, doesn't miss that one. Puts it right in there off the nose of Blubbernut. No shot at saving that.
K1, Von Rabbit is making a bid right now, potentially for most improved, and it's only week 1. He is playing out of his mind. 2 goals already on the night.
Yeah, both captains with 2 goals to their names. You love to see these captains taking charge in this field. At the end of the day, when you're down pressure, you look to your captains, you look to your team leaders as to how to perform and what to do. They're leading by example. This is exactly what you want to see here. Big clear from Von Rabbit, the captain, again in the clutch, getting his team going in the right direction, and Papa Chunky Puff scratches in number 2 on not just the season, but his career.
What a 50 there by Chunky Puff, and Wreck My Rooster almost messed around and saved that, but nonetheless, 2-1 lead by the Gold Diggers as the Kings now with 3:14 look to answer. And, you know, K1, we talk about how many rookies we've been getting the last 2 seasons. Do you think, even at a high level, that someone like Papa Chunky Puff is nervous right now?
It's hard to say. You know, everybody works a little different. Some people just thrive in the limelight. Some people, you know, they can be a bit nervous. But we've known the stream jits, the stream jitters as we call them, to be a very real thing. It's all fun and games until suddenly the light is on you and that camera hit record, and now you got to show it all. And you know, he's in a tough spot. He's a rookie, but you know, having a game like this, he's playing well. Got 2 goals on him. You know, he's starting to get a little comfortable out there. Got to imagine.
Just over the halfway point in this one, ladies and gentlemen. The Gold Diggers lead the Kings 2-1. However, the Kings lead this series by a game, as this is game number 2 of the 3-game series. Kings looking to answer here. Joe Papa loses the 50 to Robbie in the corner. Papa Chunky Puff now running in transition on offense. Flicks one up, looking for the pass. Robbie back there off the back wall. Von Rabbit takes a shot. What a save by Blubbernut.
Yeah, huge save from Blubbernut there, and I love the way the Kings timed their 50s. You notice Wreck My Rooster staying on the back half, didn't want to challenge the 50 on the one end. Papa Chunky Puff, though, placing this one in the bottom corner. No one's going to get to that. What a goal.
What a great read here by Chunky Puff all the way at midfield. And again, Rooster and Puff have been just barely missing each other in the air, but when these two collide, K1, we might see an atom bomb.
Oh, yeah, no, these guys are great. These are, I mean, two very genuine GCs playing it up, showing off their skills and why they are where they are, and it's exciting to watch this happen. Watching two stars take the field together.
Rabbit, pass to Robbie, pass back to Rabbit off the wall as the Gold Diggers really look like they are in sync now, K1.
Yeah, I love the passing plays here. They're going to be very dangerous if they keep these up as Robbie now settles in, gets his first goal of the matchup. Big shot, looks like an unfortunate double commit. Allows Papa Chunky Puff, plays that one expertly, and wow, thread the needle, huh?
What a great pass, great read there by Robbie. Just great play all around as we see 4 goals here by the Gold Diggers. Minute 30 to go. K1, we say this every single season, and we are going to say it for every single season moving forward. It is not over until it is over, and we have seen crazier comebacks.
Without a doubt now, yeah, but we saw them very dominant in the first game. Just couldn't capitalize on their opportunities. The Gold Diggers now capitalizing on opportunities, passing well, playing well, rotating even better, and this is what you're going to get. Big lead for them right now. Very comfortable with a minute left, and the Kings are in desperation mode.
Robbie tries to put one on near post, doesn't quite get there as Blubber gets to clear. Chunky Puff wins the 50 to keep the offensive pressure on. Robbie off that sidewall looking for the pass. Von Rabbit patiently lets Wreck My Rooster get it. Gets the flick, gets the 50. Papa's last back, but a save.
Yeah, excellent play there from Von Rabbit. He knew Wreck My Rooster was going for a big flip. Von Rabbit knows what he's capable of. That's a big-time player there. But this is an experienced captain. Even though you only have one game or one season under him, knew exactly what to expect. Played that one expertly.
20 seconds to go, and it is all but over here, ladies and gentlemen, as the Gold Diggers look to tie this series 1-1 in K1 opening week, first match of the week. What better than a 1-1 split going into Game 3?
We saw a lot of those last season, and it was very exciting. We're going to see them again this season, it looks like. Wreck My Rooster tries to get that last little bit in there. Can't quite get it. Gold Diggers take it away. Played very similar to what they did last time around, with the biggest difference being the fact that they capitalized. They did a great job. You look, they had very similar stats on possession, had field dominance a little bit more, and boost consumption, again, all around playing just a bit better than the Kings. And the big difference, though, is you look at the goal scoring, the goal percentage was up there. Great plays all the way around, and it's starting to get scary with Papa Chunky Puff starting to look a little comfortable out there. The Kings are going to have to find a way to shut him down because he will tear down teams all season long if you give him the time.
K1, 1-1 series. Gold Diggers took a commanding turn in game number 2. Who's the favorite here going into game number 3?
I got to tell you, partner, that's a hard question to answer. Kings looked very solid in Game 1, and they looked pretty solid here in Game 2, but the firepower that the Gold Diggers are firing off just seemed unmatched. The Kings just don't have an answer for it. Right now, the Gold Diggers have all of the momentum, and it looks like they're firing on all cylinders. I think they have the advantage going into this one. They need to play the exact same way they just did, keep the mistakes to a minimum, and they will have a nice win for first match of the season.
No doubt about it. This one is important as it could be. Winner of this game takes the series and the division lead very, very early on in the Epic Division. Face-off underway. Wreck My Rooster gets the win there on the face-off. Robbie, however, gets that clear into the back end. Papa Chunky Puff now looking to size up the pass from Von Rabbit. Nobody there as Blubbernut gets that clear, and K1 how important is it to win that first series of the season? Not only the first game, we talked about that a little bit already, the first series.
Yeah, as far as numbers go and playoff looks, it's not that vital, but as far as how you feel as a team and how it can kind of snowball for you, very important. You could take it and keep building on it and just have a phenomenal season, or you could lose the first series and just not be able to come back as a team, and it all fall apart. Is Papa Chunky Puff able to kiss this one off the front post there? Cheeky shot gives his team the lead.
Yeah, great shot there. Assisted by Von Rabbit as well. 47 MPH. This overlay does it all, K1. And shout out to none other than the captain of the Gold Diggers, Von Rabbit, for getting this thing set up. And honestly, the work he put into this, and honestly, the research he did, and everything he put into this effort will not go unnoticed. And how fitting would it be if he could win the series tonight in its debut?
Oh, dude, that would be fantastic. That's storybook right there. That's storybook right there, partner.
I promise this league isn't rigged, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of rigged, how about the...
3:42 to go as we are not rigging this game. Gold Diggers lead by 1, and K1 Joe Papa honestly has been a silent killer here tonight. He has played a lot more poised than we might be used to seeing him.
Yeah, without a doubt, Joe Papa's stepped up big time. We've only seen him play in smaller roles on teams. We haven't got to see too much of him in some time now as this ball goes dangerous. And Joe Papa, the man of the hour, we're just talking about him. A massive goal line save. Exactly what you needed there. That's what you want to see from a sub.
No doubt about it, and what an insane job by the sub. And K1, that raises the question, do you think he could possibly earn himself a deal on this team? He not only is a former King, he has won a championship with the Kings and Blubbernut specifically.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility. These rosters are going to change so very much. We see them very liquid oftentimes. Captains constantly trying out what's working, what's not working, who's not working, what works better in which situations. And now with the fourth man, there's that extra roster spot to work and get a bit more creative as well. As a shot coming just a bit wide as Robbie couldn't quite get that one in. But yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. Big opportunity here for Joe Papa if he continues to play the way he is.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm glad you brought up the fourth man. I'm glad you brought up the fourth man, K1, because we have not seen a sub, and we will not see a sub this between games this season yet, because neither the Kings nor the Gold Diggers made any adjustments to their lineup. They have run with the same 3 all game. The new rule is between games 1, 2, and 3. Well, but between games 2 and 3, I should say, you are allowed to switch that lineup so long as it fits within the player cap.
Without a doubt, Kings trying to overextend to put some pressure on there, and it does not work out for them. Great defensive effort there from the Gold Diggers to play around that offensive onslaught the Kings sent forth. And Von Rabbit, the captain himself, doing it again, putting it in there, walking the dog into the open net, gives the team a 2-goal lead with less than 2 minutes left. The Kings have to find something that works, and fast.
No doubt about it, K1. Less than 2 minutes to go. Wreck My Rooster putting the pressure on. Great clear there by Robbie Riddle-Hoove. And now we see Joe Papa, who's the 50 to Papa Chunky Puff. I do not think there's any relation.
Well, you never know. It could possibly be 2 Papas hanging out with each other.
And now we see minute 30 to go. Back and forth action here. Beautiful demo there as we see now. The Gold Diggers put one on off top post. No!
Ooh. Oh, I know Von Rabbit wanted that one to slip in there just off the crossbar. Great opportunistic shot from him. Couldn't capitalize, but you love to see the pressure.
Less than a minute to go, ticking down. Kings are well within striking range. They just need to execute here on the back end. Wreck My Rooster carrying this thing on the ground, gets the boost there, gets the flick, gets up, and what a beautiful run!
That's exactly what you want to see. You see the Kings star dribbling down, going one-on-one against Papa Chunky Puff, but when he's got control like that, there's nobody in this league that saves a shot coming like that. Great shot from Wreck My Rooster, doing exactly what he's paid to do. Popping it in there, giving his team a 1-goal disadvantage now. Still just 1 to go with 45 seconds on the clock. It's very possible.
K1, we have seen an overtime game already in this one. Can we see it again with 38 seconds to go? Big 50 there as Robbie wanted to put the nail in the coffin, but instead the Kings still alive for the moment. 30 seconds to go. Ball trickling into the offensive zone for the Kings. This one's on net! What a save by Chunky Puff!
20 seconds now. Wreck My Rooster's the guy who wants the ball. He wants to be the goal time, the golden hour to get this shot off. He's done it before. We'll see him try it again. Gets the one flick. Trying to get it around another big 50 for Von Rabbit, who's just had his number all game long. This one going the wrong way for the Gold Diggers, able to get it out of danger. The ball will hit the ground, and we have our first game of Season 6 in the books going the way of the Gold Diggers.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an insane match. Great comeback down 0-1 by the Gold Diggers to win the series 2-1. In the opening week of Season 6, and Von Rabbit honestly putting on a show here tonight for his squad.
Yeah, Von Rabbit early on, and this might be way too early, but, you know, for Epic Division, looking like a potential Player of the Week performance from him. Love to see that. Also want to talk about Papa Chunky Puff popping off with I believe 4 goals in his debut. Exactly why he was drafted as high as he was. For the Gold Diggers, and Robbie coming in strong as well. Knew he had that chip on his shoulder coming up against his alma mater, the Kings, and he put in the work, got the win over them. Great play all the way around. A way to come back, too, after losing that first game. They did exactly what they needed to do to come back. This is going to be the team to watch.
No doubt about it. And ladies and gentlemen, what a fitting way to start Season 6. Do not fret. We have more QRLS on the horizon. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. This has been such a blast. The Gold Diggers take the series on the Kings, and our next match is Wednesday night, K1, and your team is on the field.
Yes, sir. Spectres coming in live. Be there, ready for the first sweep of Season 6 for the Spectres. Spectres are going to sweep, is what I'm saying. We're not going to get swept. I want to clarify that.
In a less subjective opinion, Spectres take on the Speed Demons Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be an insane matchup, to say the least. K1, do you have anything else for our viewers before we send them home?
Thank you so much for all of the hype trains. This was an incredible evening. I'm actually standing up out of my chair just from pure excitement. I'm sweating. This is so much fun. Thank you so much for having me in here tonight, Bucket. This has been incredible, and I look forward to the rest of this week and the rest of Season 6, sitting right here in the booth with you, bringing in all the action.
Wouldn't want it any other way. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Do not forget to join the Discord if you are new to the channel and are interested in playing in the QRLS. Just go ahead and join and fill out a player form. And also check out the merch store on the Playmaker Wanted merch store and on the Teespring merch store, as well as we have all sorts of apparel, including hoodies, jerseys, cups, mugs, mouse pads, and much more. Once again, Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we are back here for some more hard-hitting action. And as always, keep it quick.